Good evening, good evening, good evening. Alright, I'm gonna do a little snippet about a story I heard from a fellow YouTuber, Trey from Know the Ledge Show. He was talking about this incident that happened Sunday, that lasted from Sunday to Monday in South Carolina, where 7 inmates were killed and 17 were injured. And the whole complex holds over 1,000 inmates, but in this particular dorm, there were 250 men, and they were in there. They was fighting over cell phone, respecting territory, and contraband, and I guess some type of illegal, homosexual activity had been going on or whatever, and you know what happens when that goes on. But and they think the guards were the ones bringing the drugs, the phones and everything in. So, but I really think it's a shame because, as Trey said, once you're in there, it's like you're in the belly of the beast. You know, you basically you're on your own if you don't have people on the outside writing or trying to keep in touch with you, trying to find out what's going on, because they show a lady who was talking, and it's terrible. I know my heart's bleeding for her because she was trying to find out what happened to her son or what if he was alive or not. And I think he was one of the ones that was murdered, but there has to be a terrible way to find out that your son has been murdered in prison. And you're on the outside, you don't know what's going on. They won't allow you in. They won't um, send messages or anything. They won't say anything about what's going on. So as of right now, I know there's an open investigation that's going on, but it's really terrible because Trey said that when you have 250 men in the dorm room, all led to testosterone or whatever it is. People want to show their manhood, and then you have homosexual activity, and it's sad. It's just sad, but I don't know who's reaping and who's sowing in a situation like that, but the Lord knows. He knows. Um, just because they're in prison don't mean that they're dogs or they're worthless. My heart bleeds when I hear about stories like this. It really does bleed when I hear about how they treat our men. It's terrible how they do them. I just think it's terrible. It is so terrible. Um, and 7 inmates were killed and 17 injured. And it's called the Lee Correction Institution, or it's the Lee Correction Prison. It's a disciplinary prison where you're already in prison, but I guess you get in trouble wherever you're at, and you're shipped to Lee Correction uh, Institute, or Lee Correction disciplinary prison. I can't say the word. I don't know how you say it, but anyhow, if you have inmate or if you have loved ones or whoever in prison, communicate with them. Communicate with them. Isolation is a terrible thing. Isolation will kill you. Communicate with them. People make mistakes. Sister Serena, I'm out.